Stop what you're doing right now. Lock the door, plug in your headphones, and crank that sub. It's finally time to talk about Showdown Radio in Riders Republic. Welcome back to the Riders Report. Before we get started, a special thank goes out to our YouTube members who made this week's episode possible. Thank you to executive producers Bone Crusher 2D and Coach 34.
And Everyone Loves Gahan.
Along with co-producers Mitch's Mom and Steep. And not to forget our fans and Fans Plus. You can hit join down below or just hang around for the end of this video to learn about our exclusive content and channel perks.
The wait is over and the Nick and Mitch clan is officially in Riders Republic. You can now search for TFG, the Tartiflette Games, in that social menu. And right now we have 8 members. I saw at least Sassolino and Flair sneaking in there, so some of our previous winners are a part of that clan. And then, of course, Nick and me and a few other friends, so make sure to look that up. And there's been some big news from one of the other clans in Riders Republic. Toon Squad was featured on the official Twitter account where they posted the first clan video edit compilation. There's a bunch of cool tricks from a lot of members of Toon Squad, of course, from Call Me Jay on his channel.
Yeah, that reminded me a lot of the, we did it a while back, but the Meet the Yeti Society. I don't even know if that went public anywhere, but you and I made a Yeti Society video for the community members in Steep. So that had a lot of the same kind of vibe there, giving the introduction of the riders along with their best trick. So shout out, Call Me Jay, getting that big, massive shout out over on the Riders Republic socials.
I know this clan feature might get big enough where we have to do some clan battles in TFG between edits or contests. But before that, we do have the finals of TFG Combo Mambo. We're making those preparations and we think the video will launch in early June, either that first or second week. It'll be featuring 5 riders and 10 of their best combo tricks.
All right, so this is a spot of old news that we're covering here today. This tweet went out on April 29th. So, you know, we have had Showdown Radio for quite a while, but it's one of those things that you may not think about until it is brought into the foreground. You know, until we make this the main focus, the main topic, you may have just not even noticed that Showdown Radio happened. But Mitch, it is here. It is wonderful. It follows the same vibe as Riders Republic, but there are a few tricks up the sleeve of this playlist, of this radio station. So including a completely custom and original, what am I saying? An original title for Showdown in Riders Republic.
Yeah, we got yet another radio station in the game, just like the Christmas one for the holidays. We have Showdown Radio, and this features some more rock, punk rock, metal rock, just towing the line of metal. It's not too deep in those waters, but you've got some of the classic bands like Skid Row, Offspring, and Judas Priest.
Yeah, my favorite of the playlist so far has been Together Pangea. It is the second song on the Spotify playlist. I'm not sure where it is in the games reel, but it's called Rapture. And it is 3.5 minutes long. Just a wonderful tune. All of these songs make me want to don the gear, get into the game, and start just sniping some folks in the Showdown arena.
Yeah, you know, these songs fit. The vibe that I picked up off of them too is, if you've watched Letterkenny, just like it's time for a fight, time for a scrap.
Yeah.
It's that like somewhat angrier rock music, but I do love a lot of these tracks. Rapture's really good. I think my favorite, just on first listen, might be Get Out of the Way by Mother Mother.
Okay.
There's, you know, it's a little slower at first, and then there's a nice little breakdown section before the chorus.
Yeah, there have been a couple, like the first one, Uncle Tom's Cabin. That one, there are a couple that start and they sound very Americana, very folksy. And by that, I mean just pretty much a guitar plinking out something. And then all of a sudden the vocals come in and it just drops, and it is a completely different. It's very punky, very, skate park-esque. It feels like there is a tattoo showing through some ripped jeans. Is what kind of what this playlist feels like. You got the bottom of your jeans stuck in the bike chain when you were at the park, and you're just wearing them because those are the bike pants now. Rattered, tattered, still put together, but just a lot of that angst, a lot of that. This is a punk playlist.
Yeah, this is, and it's almost, I don't know about all the bands, but it's almost like an 80s playlist.
Oh,
we have
okay.
the 90s and we have the early 2000s in the game already with some of those stations, especially the, I can't remember the names of them right now, but they have those eras like representing that kind of era. This is like the older rider who would be, in their 40s now?
Right.
I want to say maybe 50s. If they were a teenager listening to the music, they would be hearing a lot of these bands.
This playlist is that guy with the gray hair that's still shaved in a very modern haircut, wearing a very tight vintage t-shirt, just absolutely crushing the hill. He's absolutely crushing the line. All these kids are here trying to make it work, and this guy's he's got his headphones in and he's just bombing. He's been here since before it was cool, since before anyone else was riding this line. This guy was listening to these tunes on this trail. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah, I was picturing like the skateboarder, and now that you say it, the skateboarder like arriving in the family minivan, but the kids are both at practice, and he busts out his old Vans, the ripped jeans, and maybe like a Korn t-shirt, and just gets on his skateboard with like a cheap set of earbuds, but is just pulling off some of the classics.
Dude, that's exactly what it is. You can see the scrapes. You can see the faded tattoos.
He goes back home and like no one in his family knows that's what he does, but that's his meditation.
I am so immersed in this character that we're building around this playlist right now. I can. It's weird. I can almost smell this person. Like,
what's the smell?
Not bad, but just like a dude that was at the skate park. Like a lot of cologne, but also a lot of, not BO, but just like stank because he was out like riding around.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got way, we went real deep in there.
He went home and put on his Old Spice in the shower.
Yeah. There's a bit of Axe spray in there, or Lynx spray on there. But yeah, anyway, it is at least as far as what we see on Spotify here, it is 9 songs long, and I believe there is a track or two from the game. Riders Republic Twitter was sure to shout out at EdIT and at UA. Both of those, a tattoo artist and a professional raver. So take away what you will. That's kind of what this playlist is vibing. I want to know your thoughts on the music of Riders Republic. Do you guys think this has... Are you still enjoying the new music that is being pumped into the game, or is it kind of getting stale? Are you getting tired of hearing the same old songs on all of these radio stations? Are you even switching and using the radio function? I know me personally, typically I will just set it and forget it. I won't be changing them. It's not something that's front of mind. But knowing, that they are always including new songs, they're always bringing new stuff in. It's good every once in a while just to go in and kind of change up the songs. Because I don't know, it does kind of direct my gameplay. Certain songs will cause me to do and explore in different ways. And this does have a showdown vibe. This is a very competitive, very fast paced, a lot of guitar, a lot of fast drums. So you do want to race or compete or fight, shoot, whatever. So I get that, but that also translates on the mountain when you're just free roaming. It's going to be a little more intense, a little more extreme of a session now.
Yeah, and just talking about this, I've had the idea cooking up. We always like to take things to the extreme.
Of course.
And when they have a new radio station, they need to have some radio hosts like the standard radio stations, which we talked about for the Christmas one. We'll be putting our audition tape together soon, and Showdown Radio would be perfect. But what better way to kick off a radio station, especially when people don't know they exist, than to, do what they do in real life and maybe put up like a Showdown Radio tent in the middle of the ridge, have two guys in there that are like hawking some free promo t-shirts, maybe some promo stickers to put on your bike or your wingsuit, and, maybe have an event or two that you can compete in to unlock some gear.
The reason we're both laughing is this is what I do for work. Not just set up tents and free promo gear, but for a radio station. Not just for a radio station, for a rock and roll radio station that's playing Judas Priest, The Offspring, and all of these other bands that are on this playlist. It's kind of like they took my job and put it into the video game. So who better to be the voice of Showdown Radio than someone who is already in the rock format on the FM bands on the East Coast over here? I'm just saying. You want me to build the promo table for you guys? You want me to build the little promo items? We can get that done. I can build you a nice tent. You want us to be on the air? On the air. In the game? On the air? On the game? In the air?
As long as it's not Wendy Smiley.
Get Wendy Smiley out of here. Bring Nick and Mitch in. We can do 10 seconds on all of the other stations. It is a Nick and Mitch takeover of Showdown Radio coming to you sometime soon. Don't take my word for it. This is not sanctioned whatsoever. You're listening to Showdown Radio on Nick and Mitch FM. WNAM. Wait. One more right before we go. Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? You're listening to Showdown Radio on WNAM, Nick and Mitch FM. Welcome back to Riders Roundup on WNAM, the voice of Riders Republic. I actually looked it up. WNAM is a soft oldies AM radio station in Appleton, Wisconsin. So there's a chance that they may let us use WNAM as our call letters in the game. There's a chance.
Small chance. Maybe we could just be an oldies radio station in the game if you really want to.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll really turn heads. I'm sure that is what Riders Republic has been waiting for, is their soft oldies. Not just oldies, but the soft classics. Moving along to something a bit better than soft oldies. It is, again, the Riders Roundup, where we highlight community content around the horn, starting out with Abouts, Episode 7, Bike Tricks and Stunts.
Yeah, he's been doing multiple of these, obviously. He's on episode 7, and they just get more and more insane every time. But he seems to really love this spot. I think it's up in Sequoia, and it looks like either a resort or a bigger hotel, maybe like a Great Wolf Lodge, where there's a couple different ramps to attack it, and also that pool in the back.
Yeah, I mean, and you're going to see it in another video that we're going to feature or highlight this week. But some folks have been using and abusing wall rides in Riders Republic on the bikes. It looks like it is a glitch. This is something that is not supposed to be happening, but folks are like gripping it and ripping it like 30 feet up a wall, just straight up a wall. These bikes are a lot stickier than they probably should be. So if anyone has the exploit or has, more in-depth information on what is happening and how you make it happen, I would love to see that video or just read that text. Please let me know.
And the next video we got is from someone we haven't gotten a video from before. Only 31 subscribers. We have Hollow Endeavor posting some insane lines at Riders Ridge, and boy, is he finding some crazy ones. I also I remember when the game was about to come out, we thought maybe bikes would be the more popular sport. I think the number of edits we see with the bikes just proves that.
Yeah. I mean, and we knew that coming in, that this was the new shiny toy that everyone was going to want to play with. I'm not mad at it. Because show me another bike game, show me another bike-centric game that is, one, looks this beautiful, controls this well, and gives you this much, to work with. I mean, it's an open world, and it's just chef's kiss. This game is built for these bikes, and people are, they're hamming it up. Gotta love it.
Hollow's got some insane tricks he's pulling off, too. And what I'm noticing from these edits is that just the ability to land your bike backwards and roll backwards has made such a huge difference on how good these bikes look.
Yeah, 100%. Talk about stepping it up. Kuno coming in with another video. I'm ready. And boy, they are sure ready. More of this stop motion, some wonderful graphics, everything you can expect from a Kuno video here, not to mention some banging tricks.
And when I first saw this video title, the I'm Ready, I was hoping it was that remix song with the SpongeBob I'm Ready. It's not that, but the video is still incredible.
Yeah. And I mean, just if you want to see a masterclass in editing, taking a game that is lacking in the capture and the video creation aspect of it, the post-production on Kuno's videos are just second to none. And this is how you work with, a game that is not giving you everything that it can right out of the bag. There are games, and we want the game to give us more features in the game to make our videos and produce in the moment. But Kuno is just showing us that, you don't need that. You can make this look incredible. You can add your style. You can add your attitude to all of these videos. I'm probably talking longer than the actual video is. So go check out Kuno's video so we don't play it here in its entirety.
Yeah. And finally, I don't remember what it was. Speaking of just like pushing the bar.
Wall rides there.
Yeah, well, you got wall rides, but just like the insane editing quality we're seeing from these videos, that's what I was going for. We have Toon Squad, I think the very first Team Taj, as he's calling it, so I love that name, of the Toon Squad clan in Riders Republic, featuring some insane riders, and all put together here on Call Me Jay's channel. This is like what the future of Riders Republic videos will be.
Yeah. Hey, I just got one thing to say. Toon Squad on top, baby. If you have some content that you would love the community to see, we want to highlight it. Please join our Nick and Mitch Discord and drop your links in the self promo channel, and you may have a shot to be featured in next week's Riders Roundup. And that's going to do it for episode 28 of the Riders Report, the 28th episode of our first 100 guaranteed episodes.
Yeah, and we couldn't do this without the support of you, the subscribers, and of course, our members. Very special thanks goes out to our executive producers, Bone Crusher 2D, Coach 34, and Everyone Loves Gahan, co-producers, my mom, and Steep, and our fans and Fans Plus. If you want to become a member, just hit join down below, and it'll tell you all the cool things you can get, like early access to these videos, special sneak peeks, one members only video per month, and much more.
Yeah. Talking about much more, Mitch, how have you been doing with your aggressive skates, your aggressive inline skates?
I haven't been on them recently, but I plan to go back out soon.
I haven't been on mine either, so we're probably on the same level there. But as the weather gets warmer, if you've missed it in the past episodes, Mitch and I are going to slowly start to document our progression and our journey into aggressive inline skating. For better or for worse, we are going to try and give you guys that step-by-step of our progression. And hopefully it will translate to the slopes come winter time when we strap the skis back on. Maybe we're just pushing smoke up, where, but that's my goal at least. So we'll see how that shakes out as the summer progresses.
Twitter,
I got nothing.
Instagram, subscribe, Discord, TikTok. Yeah. That's it.
Yep. Find us everywhere. All the links are down there. All the links are on the link tree everywhere. Just go. You can do it. Click everything. Click all of the links and figure out what all of them do. And we will see you back here. Same place, same time next week for episode 29. Jeez. Oh, man. We've almost hit 30 episodes.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. We'll see you here next time for episode 29 of the Riders Report. Take care. I'm Nick.
And I'm Mitch.
And we'll see you on the slopes.